Part 2: How and where to start growing oyster mushrooms. The bucket technology. This is the easiest way to grow oysters on straw. This method is fantastic for its simplicity and low cost. You can create a huge amount of mushrooms from a small amount of spawn. What you'll need: a gallon food-grade bucket with a lid, a drill with a 1/4 inch bit, oyster mushroom grain spawn. You can buy this online. Straw, not hay. Straw is the stalk of wheat/oats. Hay has seeds and is not ideal. You can find it at feed stores or garden centers. Chop it into 1 to 3 inch pieces. Large pot or a clean cooler. Lime, hydrated lime, not garden lime. Optional but helps prevent contamination. Gloves. The process. Prepare your bucket. Drill about 20 to 30 holes all over your bucket, including the bottom. These are for air exchange and drainage. Pasteurize your straw. We need to heat treat the straw to kill off contaminants, but not sterilize it completely. This is called pasteurization. Hot water method. Heat a large pot of water to 160 to 170 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 to 77 degrees Celsius. Submerge your chopped straw in the hot water for 1 hour. You can weigh it down with a plate. Cold water lime method. Easier. Fill your clean cooler with cold water. Add hydrated lime at a ratio of 1 cup lime per 10 gallons of water. Stir well. Submerge your chopped straw in this lime bath for 12 to 18 hours. The high pH temporarily inhibits mold growth. Drain and cool. After pasteurization, drain the straw completely. Let it cool down to room temperature. It should be moist but not dripping wet. This is critical. If it's too hot, it will kill your spawn. Layering in the bucket. Now for the fun part. Put on your gloves. Put a 2-inch layer of moist straw in the bottom of your bucket. Sprinkle a thin layer of grain spawn over the straw. Add another 2-inch layer of straw. Sprinkle another thin layer of spawn. Repeat this process until the bucket is full, ending with a final layer of straw on top. If you are enjoying today's video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to see it, and make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss our next one. Colonization. Put the lid on the bucket. Place the bucket in a dark, warm place, 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit/21 to 27 degrees Celsius, for 7 to 14 days. Do not open it. The mycelium will jump from the grain kernels onto the straw and begin to colonize the entire block. You'll know it's ready when you see white mycelium spreading throughout the holes in the bucket. Fruiting. Once fully colonized, move the bucket to your fruiting location, indirect light, fresh air. Take the lid off. Mist the inside of the bucket and the exposed mycelium through the holes daily. Fan it a few times a day. Harvest. Mushrooms will start to pin and grow out of the holes in the bucket. Harvest them using the same method as the grow kit when the caps flatten. The heart of cultivation involves working with grain. This is where you become a true cultivator. Preparing your own sterile grain and inoculating it is the foundational skill for growing almost any mushroom. We have spores, liquid culture, and grain spawn. You need to know what you're putting into your sterile grain. Spore syringe. A syringe containing a solution of millions of spores in sterile water. This is the starting point. It's a genetic lottery, like planting a bag of apple seeds. You'll get many different genetic outcomes, some good, some bad. It's also the highest risk for contamination, as spores are not always 100% clean. Liquid culture, LC. This is a syringe containing a nutrient broth with living, growing mycelium already inside. This is a massive step up. Instead of waiting for spores to germinate, you are injecting a living, proven culture. It's much faster and more reliable. This is the recommended choice for beginners moving beyond kits. Grain spawn. This is not for injection. It is a jar or bag of sterilized grain, like rye or oats, that has been fully colonized by mycelium. You use this to mix into larger amounts of bulk substrate, like our bucket tech. You buy this to make your own kits. Recommendation: start with a high-quality liquid culture syringe of oyster mushrooms. Preparing your first grain jars. What you'll need: pressure canner. This is non-negotiable for true sterilization. A standard pressure cooker works, but a canner is better. You cannot sterilize grain without one. Quart-sized glass jars with lids. Hammer and nail. Grain, rye berries or whole oats are the gold standard. Gypsum, optional, but prevents clumping. Polyfill stuffing or synthetic filter discs. Your liquid culture syringe. The process: modify your lids. Take your hammer and nail and poke 2 to 4 holes in each jar lid. These are for injection and gas exchange. Cover the holes on the outside of the lid with a piece of micropore tape, or, better yet, stuff a small amount of polyfill into the holes from the inside. This allows air to escape, but keeps contaminants out. Prepare the grain. For each quart jar, add about 1 cup of dry grain and 1/2 teaspoon of gypsum. Rinse the grain well. Soak and damp. Simmer. Soak the rinsed grain in water for 12 to 24 hours. Then, drain it and put it in a pot. Cover with fresh water and bring it to a simmer. Cook for 10 to 15 minutes until the grains are plump but the skins are not bursting. You want them hydrated on the inside, but dry on the outside. Load the jars. Using a colander, drain the cooked grain thoroughly. Let it steam dry for 20 to 30 minutes until the outside of the grains is dry to the touch. Load the grain into your modified jars, filling them about 3/4 of the way full. Put the lids on loosely. Sterilize by placing the jars in your pressure canner. Add 2 to 3 inches of water. Seal the canner and bring it to 15 psi, pounds per square inch. Once it reaches 15 psi, set a timer for 90 minutes. This is the sterilization phase. Let it cool down. After 90 minutes, turn off the heat and let the canner depressurize naturally. Do not force the weight off. This can cause the jars to crack and the boiling grain to erupt. Let it cool completely, preferably overnight. The jars must be at room temperature before inoculation. Inoculation. This is the sacred transfer. This is the most critical sterile procedure you will perform. You will be working inside your still air box. Prepare your still air box. Wipe down the inside of your still air box, your jars, your syringe, and everything else going inside with 70% alcohol. Get ready. Put on your gloves and mask. Place your cooled grain jars and your LC syringe inside the still air box. Put your arms through the holes. Flame sterilize. Take the cap off the syringe. Hold the needle tip in the flame of your torch until it is glowing red hot. Let it cool for 10 to 15 seconds. Do not touch anything with it. Inject. Shake the syringe well to distribute the mycelium. Insert the cooled needle through the filter tape or polyfill of one of the holes in the jar lid. Angle the needle so the solution runs down the inside of the glass. Inject about 0.5 to 1 cubic centimeter of LC into each jar. Do this for all your jars. Seal and wait. Remove the needle. Immediately put a new piece of micropore tape over the injection hole. Place the jars in a dark, warm place, 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit / 21 to 27 degrees Celsius. Now you wait for colonization, which can take 2 to 4 weeks. You should see white, fluffy growth in 5 to 10 days. Challenges commonly encountered while growing mushrooms. You will face challenges. Every grower does. Here are the most common ones. Problem: green mold, trichoderma. It looks like fuzzy green patches. It's the most common and aggressive contaminant. This is caused by unsterile technique during inoculation or poor jar filtration. Solution: unfortunately, there is no solution. Throw the jar away immediately. Do not open it indoors, as you will release millions of green spores into your home. Learn from it and be more sterile next time. Problem: mycelium is taking forever to grow. This is caused by temperature being too low, or the grain moisture content is off, too dry or too wet. Solution: verify your temperature. For the next batch, ensure your grains are properly hydrated but not soggy before sterilization. Problem: mushrooms have long stems and tiny caps. They are leggy. This is caused by lack of fresh air exchange. High CO2 level. Solution: fan your fruiting chamber more often. Make sure there are enough holes for air to circulate. Your path forward. You have now walked the entire path from a beginner's kit to the foundational skills of grain work. Your journey doesn't end here. From grain to bulk, use your colonized grain jars to inoculate larger bags of sterilized sawdust or pasteurized straw, the bucket tech on a larger scale. Learn agar. The next frontier is learning to work with agar plates. This allows you to clean up contaminated cultures, isolate the strongest genetics, and store your favorite strains long-term. Join the community. The mycological community is one of the most welcoming and helpful on the internet. For one, I have learnt all this mushroom growing through social media platforms, most especially Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I am so grateful to Ted Anderson, known as Flush Crusher on Instagram, one of the founders of African Rising Initiative. Every Tuesday morning at 6:00 a.m. Ugandan time, he trains me online through Instagram on mushroom growing. This training was also done by Performance Fungi, formerly Myctosin mushrooms, who trained me and instilled confidence in me. I am so grateful for your support. William Padilla gave me the first chance to attend the MycoFest, and Performance Fungi took me to MycoFest, where I learned a lot about mushroom growing. Please also join forums like Shroomery or subreddits like r/mushroom growers. Post pictures, ask questions, and share your successes. Make sure you attend the mushroom festivals, where you will also learn a lot. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to see it, and make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss our next one. I am Josephine Nakakanda, the African Mushroom Queen, from Eco-Agric Uganda Mushroom Growing Center. Welcome to the club. Happy growing and much love to you.